But the one besides Keisha that I always talk about, and every time I see him, I tell him thank you because it wasn't like we was enemies or we didn't hang out together. Was 50 Cent.
Y'all, what is going on with Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa?
This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity.
My nerve that grinds my gears. I mean, grinding so bad. Is that when y'all think I give? Listen to me. I do not give.
As Remy Ma and Claressa Shields continue firing shots at each other online, 50 Cent has jumped right into the middle, doing what he does best, instigating the chaos. He's been stirring up the drama with his usual slick commentary, but the real story goes much deeper. Everything kicked off when 50 posted a wild Instagram message directly aimed at Claressa Shields, a world-class boxer who somehow found herself tangled in all of this. In true 50 fashion, he warned Claressa to keep the back and forth strictly online and not even think about trying Remy in person, reminding everyone of Remy's infamous 2007 case as he joked that she would grab the blick. Of course, that warning didn't sit well with Remy, who came out swinging by posting what she claimed were text messages between Papoose and Claressa, instantly sending social media into a frenzy. In one alleged message, Claressa sounded frustrated, telling Pap that if he could talk on the phone with her for hours or spend time with her in person, it shouldn't be a big deal for him to let her know he made it home safely. But Remy didn't just upload screenshots, she added a fiery caption, claiming Papoose had fallen asleep on the phone with Claressa inside her house and that Claressa hung up the moment she heard Remy's voice. Remy went on to accuse Claressa and her PR team of spreading false stories about her to make Pap look like some kind of saint, saying she begged him to clear her name but he repeatedly told her to stay quiet. Remy continued dragging Claressa on her Instagram stories, claiming Pap told her he would never mess with Claressa because he found her unattractive, and saying she had seen everything with her own eyes. Claressa fired back immediately with the line that blew the whole situation open, asking how a woman with 2 boyfriends could be mad at a man with a girlfriend. She said if she wasn't the only one involved, then why was Remy so pressed? Remy snapped back again, insisting she's a one-man woman and telling Claressa she's not the enemy she wants to play with, bragging that she's the one with the money and saying Pap treated Claressa like nothing because he sees himself as the prize. She ended her rant saying she wasn't even angry, that Claressa only looked foolish. While the two women were ripping each other apart, Papoose finally stepped in, claiming Remy was only acting out because he had moved on and that she'd been asking for a divorce repeatedly. He said she was lying to make him look bad and couldn't accept that he was done. That's when the situation took a darker turn. Remy accused Pap of threatening to call the police on her before and even hinted at him getting physical, saying she had audio recordings to back it up.
Remy and Papoose, as black love couples, we've been on that for years. Pap held Remy down while she served 6 years in prison. She ain't had nothing to worry about because he held everything down from her son to the home and everything. When she came home, everything was cool.
Just when everyone thought the drama had peaked, Papoose doubled down, accusing Remy of cheating with battle rapper Eazy The Block Captain during Christmas 2023, saying that while he was at home with their daughter, Remy was somewhere else entirely. He went on to claim Remy begged him to lie about an alleged incident involving him and Eazy, insisting she wanted him to cover up a supposed knockout. He said he still had messages of her pleading with him to protect her image but that he was done being silent. All of this hits even harder considering Papoose stood by Remy during her years in prison, raising her son, visiting her consistently and showing the world what ride or die loyalty looked like, only for their entire relationship to explode publicly in the messiest way possible. For years, Remy Ma and Papoose were held up as the blueprint for black love, a couple people genuinely respected, admired and rooted for. When Remy came home they moved like she had never left. Their chemistry was strong, their loyalty felt unshakable, and for 6 long years, Papoose held everything together, making sure Remy had the support she needed to rebuild her life and career. He showed up for her, celebrated her, and stood by her side through every step of her comeback. But imagine how devastating it must have been for Papoose to discover that the woman he had stayed loyal to all those years was allegedly involved with Eazy the Block Captain, and on Christmas, of all days. And to make the situation worse, Remy is reportedly bitter now that Pap may have moved on with a younger woman, basically adding salt to a wound that was already wide open. From Pap's perspective, it must feel like everything he worked to preserve just crumbled overnight. One moment they were the face of loyalty and black excellence, and the next, their entire relationship was being dissected on the internet for millions to see. But then things took an even crazier turn. Claressa Shields jumped in with a hold my gloves moment. Instead of simply responding online, she took it to another level by publicly challenging Remy to a fight, not only talking tough but using the drama to promote her upcoming match in Flint, Michigan on February 2, 2025. She even branded it Claressa Shields vs. the real Remy Ma, turning a messy feud into full-blown marketing. Fans couldn't help noticing how unbothered Papoose looked during all this. He seemed like a man who had already accepted the situation long before the public even caught wind of it. Some people think he's stepping back intentionally and letting Remy and Claressa duke it out, literally and figuratively. Others believe Pap is quietly enjoying the spotlight now that a major boxing champion is standing 10 toes down in this mess. But one thing is obvious, the nice guy era of Papoose is over. Even 50 Cent has been watching this whole situation with a raised eyebrow, calling it a setup from the start. And honestly, he wasn't pulling that idea out of thin air. If you know Remy's past, then you know why Fifth made the connection. Back in 2007, Remy's life completely flipped when a confrontation with her friend Makeda Barnes-Joseph took a violent turn. Remy insisted it was an accident, but prosecutors disagreed, and by 2008 she was hit with charges for illegal weapon possession and attempted coercion. She was sentenced to 8 years, though she maintained her innocence the entire time. When she talked about it on Wendy Williams years later, she didn't hold back, saying she didn't shoot anyone and questioning whether the justice system always gets it right. By 2014, Remy walked out of Bedford Hills Correctional Facility after serving 6 years, a time she said took a decade of her life and changed her forever. She jumped back into music and hit the ground running, but she never hid the emotional weight that prison left behind. And let's not forget, her temper didn't magically disappear. In 2019, she was arrested again after Love and Hip Hop's Brittany Taylor accused her of hitting her backstage at a benefit concert. Taylor claimed the confrontation got heated fast, and Remy ended up turning herself in. She insisted she didn't do it, but the incident added yet another chapter to her already complicated history. Police even reviewed hospital reports and ordered surveillance footage to investigate what really happened that night. That's why people keep saying Claressa should think twice before pushing Remy too far. Shields may be a world champion with serious hands, but Remy isn't someone who hides from smoke, online or in person. Her past, her cases, her reputation, they all show that she doesn't back down. So when 50 Cent weighed in on this feud, it wasn't just him being messy for entertainment. He was connecting dots, pointing out history and subtly reminding everyone that this situation could get dangerous fast, because Remy Ma, for better or worse, has never been one to play with. Honestly, it's not a stretch to think she might make a move if things really start heating up. 50 even slipped in a slick joke about her past and the whole situation back in 2007. Whether he was just trolling or sending a quiet warning, one thing's clear: his comments definitely hit a nerve. Some fans are defending him, saying, that's just 50 being 50. Others think he crossed the line by dragging up old wounds. But no matter where you stand, Ray's history adds a whole new layer to this mess, one that makes everything feel a bit darker. And with Claressa constantly calling out Remy, Papoose dropping his own hints, and 50 stirring the pot, the drama is only getting messier. You already know we've got every angle covered. If you think this is wild now, just wait. What's coming next is even crazier. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, stay locked in, and keep watching because we're delivering every twist straight from the streets. Don't forget to click the next video on the end screen. You definitely don't want to miss what's coming. This saga is far from over. From subliminals to direct shots, from rumors to full-blown clapbacks, the situation has become a tangled web of loyalty, betrayal, warning signs, and messy accusations. So what exactly pushed 50 Cent to step forward and issue a public warning to Eazy the Block Captain? Why is he telling him point-blank that Remy will leave him the moment things get rocky? And how did Remy Ma respond when she realized her name was being thrown around like a ping-pong ball in a championship match? Today we're breaking it all down, every detail, every rumor, every reaction, and every hidden message behind these explosive statements. For years, 50 Cent and Remy Ma have navigated the same circles. Industry peers, occasional collaborators, and at certain times, frenemies. 50 has always had a soft spot for Remy because of their Bronx connection and shared experience in the cutthroat world of hip-hop. But when the internet began swirling with rumors involving Remy Ma's alleged relationship with Eazy the Block Captain, the environment shifted. It wasn't just gossip anymore, it was turning into a narrative. Where most people would bite their tongue, 50 Cent opened his mouth, sharpened his words, and fired them like arrows. Sources close to the situation claim that 50 felt a certain responsibility to call out the obvious red flags he believes Eazy is ignoring. To him, this wasn't just petty entertainment, this was a pattern. A pattern he's seen too many times in the industry. In 50's world, loyalty matters. Reputation matters. And once that reputation gets thrown around carelessly, it's hard to piece it back together. So when he posted that cryptic message, half warning, half provocation, fans knew what was coming. To understand his reaction, we have to rewind to the timeline of everything that's gone down recently. She's been fighting off narratives like a warrior, but the internet always digs deeper, always stretches farther. Eazy's rise in the battle rap world, much of it under Remy's platform, didn't help the gossip. Their chemistry on camera, their shared stage time, the backstage moments caught by fans, it didn't take long before people created a storyline. To 50 Cent, this situation looked too familiar. He saw a young artist slipping into a situation that could either build him up or break him down. He referenced 2007, a year etched into Remy Ma's history. A year that still follows her like a shadow. A year 50 knows well. And his comments about it weren't simply jokes. They were pointed reminders. Because in his eyes, a warning is only useful when it stings enough to be remembered. Eazy the Block Captain didn't ask for this kind of attention. He didn't chase the controversy. In fact, he tried to downplay it. But once 50 Cent drops your name publicly, your world changes instantly. Suddenly, Eazy found himself navigating three massive pressures at once. Every stage appearance becomes evidence to someone. She's built her entire career on speaking her truth boldly, loudly, and unapologetically. Her clapback wasn't messy, wasn't chaotic, and wasn't even directly aimed at 50 Cent. People love using my name for attention. But what they won't do is rewrite my story for entertainment. And once she started speaking, her tone made one thing extremely clear. The year she became a cautionary tale in the industry. And yet, 50's defenders claim he wasn't attacking her. He was warning Eazy about what happens when someone is pushed too far emotionally. A history lesson disguised as a meme that it's something she fought through to rebuild her life, her career, and her family. So when 50 Cent threw that reference into the mix, Remy felt betrayed, whether she admitted it publicly or not. It wouldn't be a Remy Ma storyline without Papoose hovering somewhere in the background. Because the more tension builds, the more chaotic the story becomes. That they're strapped in, they're watching, and they're waiting for the next bombshell. Will Eazy break his silence and defend his relationship with her, personal or professional? Will Papoose finally speak openly about where things stand? Because the next chapter in this Remy Eazy 50 Papoose saga is going to be even wilder than the last.